Welcome to the 4th Saturday video hop. Thought I'd lost it. I'd looked all over for it. I thought I'd given it away. You know when that happens, you have a clear out, think I'm never going to use it again. So come with me. I'm going to show you through this book. We are going to do a little sewing project from it. And if you don't feel like sewing, we're also going to make a paper collage of one of the patchworks too for our journals. So I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to bring you in closer so we can look through this together. This is the drawer it was in, and it was hiding away in the bottom. Oh, I was so thrilled when I found it, right at the bottom of that drawer. So, yes, this is what I had in the 70s, late 70s, for the British people. BBC television series, BBC Two, and it's January 1978. Loving the colours as well. And do you have that where you realise that this is a vintage book, and that then you begin to think, oh, I'm vintage. Who has that feeling? So I've now come to realise that this is called paper piecing. Hexagons. I know Julia and Carol have been making quilts out of hexagons. So it's hand quilting. I'll show you. Oh, let me show you I have got saved one of my original, my template, my hexagon template, cut from a greetings card of the day. Come on, I'll show you that. Here's my 1970s collage. I've just popped it in a frame. Got some clothes on it. Some original wallpaper. Oh, actually, I think that's the photocopy, that one. This is original wallpaper. But look, I put my, this is one of my, found it in a sewing box. One of my original templates. You can see that it's on a vintage greetings card. I love it. The only thing that's left apart from the book. Oh, and I love the vintage cup as well. It's taking us step by step, and I'm going to do that too, because I'm going to have a little go. I remember making these pin cushions. Beautiful. I love them. I haven't got any left now. They must have just been given as gifts. It takes you through. Oh, it's wonderful. And then different types of cushions you can make. It says hand sewn cushion, but this one, they're bigger. You could do it on the machine. Oh, and triangles. I absolutely love it. Let me flick through though and show you. Oh, an apron. But look at the decoration. The patchwork curtains and the wallpaper. So 70s. I love it. One of the aprons might be nice. A log cabin. And a knitting bag. We all have those. Oh, wonderful. I used to do patchwork at home, and I also used to make the hexagons. I've got this wonderful waistcoat. And the macrame pot holder. That's another flashback to the late 70s, the 70s. Gosh, I used to do that as well. I used to sit doing the hexagons in the nursing home. I used to do knitting and when I wasn't on shifts, knitting and the hexagon patchwork. Oh, wonderful. This does bring back memories. I'll flick through and we'll, oh, lovely. Spreads. Oh, love it. Oh wow, I remember I didn't do this floor cushion, but floor cushions were really in the early 80s, and I did a hexagon floor cushion in browns. Wonderful. Maybe I thought this one, oh look at the baby blanket. Absolutely gorgeous. Top cover. Oh, does this bring back any memories? Oh, I love it. Wonderful. So, oh, and then it's got all the patterns in the back. It's a lovely book, lovely book. I'm so glad. I thought I'd just given it to somebody or it had gone to the charity shop to find a new home, but I'm so glad that I've got it. So I got out my pile of greetings cards. These are Christmas cards that I save, ready to make into journals and ephemera, and started to, from the white bits, that I started to cut out some templates. Let me show you. So let's get the template and cut out some fabric. When I sat there doing this last night, because it is quite fiddly, it came back to me, and I don't want to calculate how many years ago it was since I did this. Late 70s. It's 1920 now. Oh, I'm doing the maths. Seriously, 40 or 50 years ago. That can't be. I don't. Oh, where does the time go? Is that what you think? Oh no, where did I put my needle? I've got my needle threaded somewhere in all this pile of material. Oh dear. Oh, there it is. Use your pin cushions. Don't do what I do. Oh, no, you don't use the template. You use the template to cut out the card. See, this card you take out later when it's all done and sewn together. You just flip these bits of cardboard out. And it's fiddly diddly, but it's just amazing how it all came back. You're sort of folding over the fabric, holding it and stretching it out at the same time and tacking it or basting it down. So I've chosen this fabric. I believe it was from my Auntie Jennifer. I love her colour palette. She has a very vintage shabby chic style. Oh, see that that went through, so I've just got to pull it again, like that. There we are. Tack this on, but I thought this had quite a vintage 70s vibe to it, this fabric. I think it's lovely. So you'll want to do 6 of the same, or you could do alternate petals, and then a different colour for the centre. I'll keep going so you can see how so you're pushing that up there, holding that, ironing that down, folding it over, making sure it's not puckered there. It's amazing how this came back to me. So maybe I did watch that programme on the television and then I had the book, bought the book. I don't know, I can't remember that bit. But this is what you call muscle memory when years later you start to do something and it comes back. So you're pushing it so it's not puckered at the back. You're bringing it down like this, folding it over. And would I do a lot of this? Probably not. I might want to make myself a pincushion, just pulling that over to make sure there's no gaping. Yes, a pincushion, and I'm going to do enough fabric, as I said, to do a backing for one of my quilt blocks. But it's certainly lovely to, it's a trip down memory lane really. And I'll do 6 of those to make another flower. Let's put that needle in my pincushion. And I found that in my little quilting pack I had with appliques, different appliques this is what I was doing last autumn. I've got a camper van. Now this is a 1960s camper van, but I'm sure in the 70s people were riding around in those, and they still do. So to get that 70s vibe on this quilt block, I put it on whatever you call interfacing, and my auntie Jennifer does a very delicate, so it's a raw edge, but she does a very delicate blanket stitch around that, so I'll do the same. And then you come in with another flower. To join them together, I got a nice quality thread that I'm using, quilting. I didn't even know this existed till I was advised by Ruth and Becky, hand quilting thread, and you fold them over and you do tiny little stitches all along. This really is, it is fiddly. It is fiddly. There's no getting away from it. So you pull it in so your stitches aren't shown on. Pull it in like that, getting both sides. Let's just work this thread in here, leave a little end. So you're doing it so you catch a little bit of this side, and you catch a little bit of this side, and then so the stitches aren't showing on the front. It is a bit fiddly. And just to encourage you, however careful I've been with the templates, because we realise I haven't done this for, we're not going to say how many years, when I line it up, it isn't quite lined up properly. Look, there's a gap there, about 3 millimetre difference in size, but it's fine. I'm not seeking perfection. It will be lovely. It will be lovely. So yeah, I'm glad I'm having a go, and I'm glad I found the book. Here's Flo in her autumn hat. Thank you so much for sorting out the fabrics, the fall fabrics there, Flo. Do you think we need to iron them? Thanks. Little Freddie too. Should we go into the lounge, Fred? Show people the sewing. I'm doing the quilt as you go. And here's some in progress. So you put fabric at the back and then you hand quilt. And I thought this lovely one from Gail, it's gorgeous block, and it's she made it in the 1980s. So I thought, oh, how appropriate it'll be to make enough of these to put on the back of this block. So that's my plan. Oh, it's young Freddie. But let's do something a little bit more relaxing. A little project you can take with you on a tray and just relax while you're watching the television or your favourite YouTube channel. I've got my painty paper, I've got my template here, and I've got my scissors. The reason I say do this on a tray is so it's portable, but also so you don't cut your clothes. So just pull out the painty paper. Oh, purples, perfect for that 70s look. And I'm going to fold it in half so I'm going to do more than one at once. I'm going to be nifty. And you'll want to cut out 6, and we're going to do some faux patchwork in our journal. So you can have a glorious time. So in the comments below, share with everybody what your projects have been in the past and your ideas and plans for the future. Have I got enough to make 6? That's 4. Can I get another one? Oh well, it'll have to be odd. Right, okay. I'll see if I can find another purple. Wonderful. They'll just have to, I could alternate them, couldn't I? Yes. Oh, rainbow. You get the gist of what I'm doing here. Oh, lovely. Pinks. Beautiful. Oh, that's on painty paper on my composition book. Let's fold that up and cut some more. And then we'll go through back to the desk. Or you can bring your journal on a tray. I do that a lot. You've seen me, I take my crafts to Ben's, don't I? This time last year I was taking my crafts with me to my mum's and dad's, and yes, and on the train. There we are. So I'm going to be left with some amazing, colourful hexagons. You can do any shape you like. You could look up in online and all the lovely shapes and patterns you could do. This is your time to maybe create a log cabin in paper where you wouldn't necessarily tackle it. Yeah. Oh, you can see how carried away I'm getting here. Just chatting to you. This is just very relaxing. It's lovely to look through these painty papers as well. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's an envelope, so I'm going to save that. That will make a nice pocket. Well, I'll meet you at the desk in a minute. wondering what I'm going to do with all the little leftover bits and pieces, the little triangular bits can go in my photo corner tin, and the others can be cut into hearts ready to pop in Happy Mail or in my journal. It's always nice to have some cut out and some ready to send. Little Freddie having his dentist stick. He loves those, such a treat. You can do yours on a journal page, or do yours on, I'm doing mine on an envelope, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pretend I ran out of, it's sort of in the same colour. And let's get a contrast for the middle. Ah, lovely. Oh, let's get maybe blue. Oh, this one. This one for the middle. And I'm going to glue that on my envelope and they'll get folded over. And then we can do some faux stitching. You can do some real stitching if you, in your journal, if you want to, on your paper patchwork. If you can do something in paper, you can do it in fabric, and vice versa. If you can do something in fabric, then let's see if we can make it for our journals. There, how lovely. This is going to be relaxing. I love using the painty papers. They're already beautiful, aren't they? Where did the purple go? Ah, there we are. It's lovely. You can have a whole lot cut out. Have a hexagons tin. Fold that one over. I'm loving this. I'm going to put some faux stitching around it. Thank you for indulging me. It's been lovely to share my memories. The memories came flooding back when I found that book. I couldn't believe it. I got an idea for next Monday's stream and I was rummaging through there for an old tatty vintage book that maybe I could use for this project, an altered book project I have in mind. And wow, I couldn't believe it. Oh dear. So I would like to say thank you to Meri for organising the hop, and check in the description box below or go to Meri's playlist. She will have lots of links to other people. How are other people interpreting this brief? The brief was history, and I didn't know what I was going to do until I found this book, and then this book, and it all fell into place. So have a lovely weekend and follow the links and see what other people have been doing. Take care, everyone. Bye from Freddie and myself. Oh, lovely. Oh, hi. Thank you. Oh, you're so pleased to see you.
That's all right, baby.
Do I need a sign for?
No, I don't sign for anything. Yes, a second.
Isn't it gorgeous? So sunny. Thank you. Oh, lovely, 2 parcels. Thank you so much. This is the lovely post lady that writes the smiley faces on the notes, aren't you? I love those. I've kept them, you know, in my journals. Bye, bye. What have we got here, Freddie? Ooh, oh. We have Happy Mail. Got a parcel and another one. Wonderful.